once appeared in a tiger cage gnawing raw meat. That's right. She also said, I'm not a freak, but I am different. If people think I'm weird, that's okay. It's better than being ignored. So please welcome Grace Jones. You are definitely never boring. I mean, you come out here, Zorro, never looked as good.
That's exactly what I was saying back there. I look like Zorro.
You look like a great Zorro. Now, I found out something I'm really excited for you. I found out that you're up for a lead in a very big feature. Now, let me just guess. I was trying to think about it. The Life and Times of Eleanor Roosevelt. Am I close?
Not quite.
Not quite. But you got a biggie? You got a biggie coming up? You got something?
Yeah, but I don't like to talk about what's coming up.
But it's a good one, right?
Because you know how those things are, you know. Somebody could drop dead tomorrow and then the production never gets off its feet. I mean, God forbid.
I always say you only believe you got a job 10 days after the check clears the bank.
I'll remember that.
That's when you say, yeah, I know what I did.
That's why I'm glad I do music as well as films.
Yeah, you got it. Well, you got everything going, right? You're acting, model, singer. What do you think of yourself as? When you think of yourself, which one?
I think of myself as an all-around entertainer. I just love loving people, loving what I do, loving myself, and everybody having a really good time from it, whatever it is. I mean, I could do stand-up comedy. You know? I could roll over and bark. Just as long as we're having a good time.
Well, other people have called you, they say you're like an erotic menace. And you even called yourself an ultimate shocker. Now, what did you mean by that? You're the ultimate shocker.
Well, I think when I'm thinking back now when I actually said that. I think it was one time when Arnold was telling some jokes. You know, sometimes people try to shock me just to see how far I'm going to go. And I said, well, listen, as far as you think you can go, I can go even further. So I think that's what I meant by the ultimate shocker. You know, some people really like to sort of take me on, you know.
And you can top them.
Oh, that's exactly.
Yeah. Matter of fact,
I don't have to answer to anybody.
I know that. I heard that, matter of fact, and I'm keeping a little distance, I heard a few years ago a talk show host in London said something you didn't like, and you blasted him physically.
Yeah.
You gave him a shot, right?
I gave him a few warnings. I warned him first. Oh, I gave him a few warnings.
Could you give me a hint what your warning is?
Oh, yes, I'll tap you. You know, it's coming, it's coming, it's coming.
and then you let him have it?
And then I let him have it if he didn't heed to my warning. Oh, yeah.
Well, you are intimidating, see?
Do I look intimidating?
You do.
Oh, come on.
No, what do you think? How many people think that Grace Jones is intimidating looking?
Don't tell me, is your heart going pitter-pat?
No, I'm fine. I'm fine. See, I had them arrange a spring on this chair. If you go like this, I'm going through that wall. That's why I'm not.
I mean, I'm the tiniest little thing. I mean, I'm really not as big, you know. It's just my aroma that's...
Yeah, you have a look of being the giant. Yeah.
Yes, you know, I think it has a lot to do with my voice. Probably has a lot to do with it. I look people straight in the eye, so I look like I'm looking right through their souls.
Right.
And I think that probably has a lot to do with people feeling intimidating. Is that true?
Yeah, it's not easy to talk to a woman whose voice is deeper than yours.
And
it's just
straight in the eye.
It's just straight in the eye. Well, you know, a lot of the great actors had trouble. Like Humphrey Bogart had trouble, you know, and in the public, because people came up and thought he was a tough guy and they give him trouble. Do people come up to you?
No, actually, I'm actually so intimidating that people don't come up to me. I hear them standing a few feet away going, well, should we, you think, approach her? Is she going to let us have it, or is she going to, they're just not quite sure what I'm going to do, I'm probably so sweet. Then they go, oh, God. She totally blew it. We thought she was really going to do something outrageous.
Yeah.
Instead, she turned out to be a normal person.
That's sickening.
Yeah.
To be known as normal is really terrible. How's your new album you got coming? Inside Story?
Inside Story is the best thing I've ever done. I collaborated with Nile Rodgers as producer, and I wrote all the tracks with Bruce Woolley. And it's the best album I've ever done. And I'm Not Perfect, But I'm Perfect for You is the single that's coming out next month.
Great.
And the album comes in November. And I think it's...
I wish you luck with it. I remember your first back in 77, you had the I Need a Man hit. And we got...
Don't name the years, for Christ's sake.
Wow.
Back in...
It isn't that long ago, 77. This is 1980, right? So it's 3 years ago. What's the big deal? Did I lose some time here?
I think you lost about 60 years.
Yeah, well, it doesn't matter. We'll be back with more years right after this.
For all the styles, all the fashions, all the values, Cohn's Fashion Optical. Because some people know how to make a spectacle of themselves.